Turkish genocide killing 1 million Armenians.
Yeah.
The genocide of the Germans against the Jews in the Holocaust, killing 6 million people. The genocide in Rwanda, which killed, by most estimates, 800,000 people in less than 60 days. These are real genocides in history where hundreds of thousands of people or even millions of people are killed in a short period of time.
By law, does the genocide have to also coincide with a minimum number of people?
It doesn't coincide with a minimum number of people
Okay.
if you have the right intent. In other words, you can perpetrate a genocide if there's emails and confidential messages to your army generals saying, hey, we want to exterminate these people. That's still a genocide because you
had the
intended
Okay.
to wipe out the entire people. And actually, that's a very important point, because when we get to intention, we have to look at the actions of the government in question. The Israeli government and the ICJ did something remarkable. They declassified the confidential orders from the war cabinet. That's Netanyahu and Ron Dermer, Benny Gantz and Yoav Gallant and Gadi Eisenkot. Those are the 5 members of the war cabinet during most of the war. They declassified their orders to the general staff, the general staff of the war. And what you saw is not one, this is undisputed, not one instance in the declassified messages, not one message that evinced any intent to kill innocent Palestinians, let alone all innocent Palestinians, or to exterminate or wipe them off the map. You saw only the opposite. When Israel was thinking about invading Rafah, there was a ton of international pressure on Israel not to invade Rafah. That's where all the terrorists were hiding at the time, 8,000 members of the remaining Hamas terror battalions.
And our
It's where we
hostages
now
were
know
there.
that our hostages were being held. We now know also that Yahya Sinwar was there. In fact, he was killed there. A lot of ridiculous international condemnation of Israel for entering Rafah. There was a belief that Israel could not move the civilian population out, that it would take many months to move the civilian population. We now know Israel was able to accomplish that, remove the civilian population out of harm's way in just a matter of 10 days. And by the way, when it comes to the civilian death count in Rafah, it's the lowest of any part of the Gaza campaign. Again, proof that Israel's not committing genocide in Gaza. If they had wanted to, they could have leveled Rafah with all of the civilians inside. That's what the Nazis would have done. It's what the Turks would have done to the Armenians. Israel is not that kind of army. It moved the civilians out of harm's way, then it killed the terror battalions, then it killed Yahya Sinwar.